The night was unusually silent for a town known for its restless streets. A cold wind swept through the narrow road leading out of the city. The very road where Ethan, a poor single dad, pushed his old bicycle home after finishing his late-night shift at a mechanic shop. His 8-year-old daughter, Mia, was probably asleep by now, hugging her worn-out teddy bear, waiting for him like she always did. Life hadn't been easy for them. 2 years ago, his wife died of cancer, leaving him with nothing but debts and a daughter who learned to smile through hunger. But fate still wasn't done with him. That night, as the moonlight cut through the cold darkness, Ethan saw something. Something lying on the roadside ditch. At first, he thought it was an abandoned bag. But then, it moved. Ethan froze. When he stepped closer, his heart stopped. A woman covered in mud, bruised, barely breathing, her legs twisted unnaturally, was lying there. Her eyes fluttered open. She whispered, her voice fragile like crushed glass, Please, don't leave me." Without hesitation, Ethan knelt beside her. "Don't worry. I've got you. You're safe now." He lifted her gently. She cried out in pain and placed her on his bicycle, supporting her as he pushed it toward the city hospital. He had no money for treatment. He didn't even know who she was. All he knew was that she was hurt. And that was enough. Hospital. At the hospital. Doctors rushed her inside. She's paralyzed from the waist down, one doctor said. Severe spinal trauma, she's lucky to be alive. Ethan waited outside, his clothes muddy, his hands shaking from the cold. When the doctor asked him to pay the admission fees, he swallowed. "I don't have that much. But I'll work, sir. I'll do anything. Just save her." The doctor looked at him with a hint of pity. Before he could respond, a group of nurses rushed forward, holding their phones up. "Isn't that? No way. She went missing 2 days ago." The doctor returned, stunned. "Do you know who you brought in tonight?" Ethan looked confused. The doctor turned the phone screen toward him. A news headline glowed, "Heiress of Harrington Industries disappears, police suspect kidnapping." The picture showed the same woman he had carried on his bicycle. Her name was Aria Harrington. A billionaire heiress. Owner of multiple charities. Daughter of the richest man in the region. Ethan's legs nearly gave out. Candle: the truth behind the attack. Police, reporters, and security stormed the hospital. Ethan was questioned for hours, but his sincerity was undeniable. When Aria finally regained consciousness the next evening, her voice trembled as she recalled the horror. She had been kidnapped by a group of men who wanted ransom. When her father refused to pay, they beat her, tried to break her spirit, and when she wouldn't beg for mercy, they dumped her on the roadside to die. Her eyes filled with tears as she looked at Ethan. "You didn't even know who I was, yet you saved me." Ethan gave her a soft, tired smile. "You were a human being in pain. That's all that mattered." For the first time in days, she smiled. Moneybag: the billionaire arrives. The hospital shook with tension when Richard Harrington, Aria's father, arrived with dozens of guards. He was known for being ruthless, powerful, impossible to approach. But when he entered his daughter's room and saw Ethan sitting beside her, Aria whispered to her father, "He saved my life." Richard slowly approached Ethan. "You helped my daughter when no one else did. I owe you more than money can repay." Ethan shook his head. "Sir, I didn't do it for a reward. Exactly, Richard replied. And that's why you deserve one. Dash dash. Sunrise, a new beginning. Richard insisted on supporting Ethan and Mia. He paid off Ethan's debts. He bought them a new house. He offered Ethan a job at one of his auto workshops at triple the salary. But the greatest change came from Arya herself. Unable to walk yet determined, she asked Ethan, "Will you help me through recovery? I trust you, more than anyone now." Ethan hesitated. "I'm just a mechanic." She gave him a warm, grateful smile. "You're the reason I'm alive." And so, Ethan began visiting her every day, helping her with rehabilitation, talking to her, encouraging her. Mia would often join, making Arya laugh through the pain. Weeks turned into months. Arya regained her ability to stand. Then walk. Then smile again. Dash dash. Revolving hearts, and then the twist destiny planned. One evening, after a long therapy session, Arya looked at Ethan. "You saved my life, but you also saved me from loneliness. I've never met someone with a heart like yours." Ethan felt his chest tighten. "I just did what anyone would do." "No," she whispered. "Not anyone. Just you." She reached for his hand. And for the first time since her kidnapping, her touch didn't tremble. Mia ran into the room with flowers she had picked. "Aunt Arya. Dad says you're almost fully healed." Arya hugged her gently. "Thanks to both of you." Richard Harrington watched from the doorway, smiling quietly. Some rescues change more than one life. Some kindness rewrites destiny. And that night, Ethan finally realized, he hadn't just found a wounded woman on the roadside. He had found someone who would become family. A billionaire heir saved by a poor single dad, who never expected anything in return. Except to do the right thing. And that made her love him even more.